Sounds good. Thank you, Roxy. Turning our attention to other weather-related news this afternoon. Hurricane Ian moving nearer to the Cayman Islands and closer to western Cuba today. On track to hit Florida as a major hurricane this week. Members of the UK Military Operational Liaison and Reconnaissance Team have already arrived in the Cayman Islands to assist with hurricane safety operations. All of this as Hurricane Ian is on track to possibly become a Category 4 storm.
That's right, Trevor. People in Florida are stocking up on essentials to prepare for possible landfall later this week. NBC's Sam Brock has the latest from Tampa, Florida.
It's been an active morning in Tampa, one of the 67 counties, or every county in the state of Florida, currently under a state of emergency. Of course, everyone anticipating what's going to happen next with Hurricane Ian, which is at a Category 1 status right now, but is nearly certain to get to major hurricane status 3 or 4 on the Gulf, and the impacts that could have for storm surge and coastal exposure all over Florida. It's a 600-mile stretch, really, from the Panhandle to the peninsula that could conceivably be in play. You look over my shoulder right now, you see all of these folks with shovels. Sand has been the most precious commodity that we've seen over the last 48 hours. Trucks came in early this morning. All of that sand was gone within about an hour. Luckily, there were reinforcements, but the people that I talked to waited online from basically 5 or 5:30 in the morning just to have an opportunity to get this. It's only one small piece of the puzzle right now as localities are preparing. As far as the state is concerned, Governor DeSantis mobilizing some 2,500 National Guardsmen. Electrical workers are on standby right now throughout the state of Florida. Of course, in the knee, they're going to have to restore power in the coming days. And there's a state of local emergency declared here in Hillsborough. I spoke with the mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor. I asked her, what are your primary concerns? It's not necessarily the high wind speeds, certainly that will be, or the heavy amount of rainfall that's expected. It's storm surge. The topography of Tampa, the way it is laid out, it's narrow and shallow, which is to say that if you get a significant storm surge and a wall of water comes in, it's going to have a really difficult time coming out. The last time that Tampa was struck by a major Category 3 or higher hurricane, 1921. That did all kinds of damage with an 11-foot storm surge, which is in the ballpark of what we might see, depending upon what happens with Ian in the coming days. Of course, we'll be here to follow it all. That's the latest from Tampa. Let me send it back to you.